Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we will be checking out a create mod called Create Power Grid, which allows you to have realistic energy, like actual realistic energy. Like you have to have wires, you have to have voltages and amps. So let's go ahead and start out. First off, this is not by me. I think it's called Someone Is You, or YouTuber by that. I will post not only his video, but I'll make sure to shout him out because this is where I got the idea from. Thank you, SomeoneisNears. I really appreciate the videos the videos you've done so far on this mod, and even the other ones for it. I really appreciate this video specifically, but it all starts with this. This spins really slow, but it's making a lot of electricity. It then goes from the positive and negative, and it transforms up into here. This is a 2-to-1. Meaning for every one rotation, this creates two outputs. Think of it like a gear, essentially, but for electricity. And then once you do that, you shunt it. Well, you don't shunt it, but you connect it directly to the windings of this one. Meaning you get all the power from this with none of the backfeed. Whereas this, to shunt to the generator means to have some power. So for example, let's just say your generator is a electromagnetic generator. In this context, I'm going to use it in the terms of a magnet to a magnet. Normally, you're taught in school that it's a permanent magnet, meaning it doesn't need extra energy, and you can spin that near coils to generate electricity. But you also know that you can generate that same electricity if you, say, apply a 9-volt battery to coils and spin it. It's the same thing. You can use a bit of that energy that you created from the coil, just enough to power itself and have a little bit of extra. But it's not infinite energy because of the simple fact of it requires rotation to work, which means it has to have more rotation for it to be more efficient. That's why turbines and water, mainly nuclear power plants, coal power plants, and turbines and water dams are so efficient. They don't have to spin at high speeds, but the faster that they do, the more efficient they become. Because the more energy that's generated, the less that has to be converted to the coil, although there gets to a certain point where you will make no excess energy because you're not converting any excess to the coils. So, that's what this setup is here. It splits the output between two coils, most of which goes to here, and some of it goes to here, just enough to keep this transformer up. It's a 2-to-1, meaning I think I did about 50 to 100, but after that it goes to here, and all the energy that's produced from here goes out. Now normally you would just have these going power lines to your substation, transfer to another substation, then transfer down. So this would be like your industrial needs, and this would be like your housing needs. So this is the most important part though, because it doesn't matter if I'm reading it or not, because this isn't reading really anything, but as soon as I read it, I'm making 345.173 volts. If I was to shut this off, and by shut this off, I mean just take a bunch of wire cutters, or take a wire cutters to them, it turns it off, I'm making actually I'll go ahead and do this, 353.709 volts. If I were to then connect this back, now I'm producing 345.173. So we'll do 9 minus 3, which is 6. 0 minus 7, you can't do that, so we'll take from the 7, make it a 6, meaning 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10, so it's 3. It's 3 from that, so that's 3. 6 minus 1 is 5. Then we add a dot. You can't take away 3 from 5. You can't take away 5 cannot take away nothing from 3, so we'll borrow from the 5, making it a 4. So it makes it a 13 minus 5, which roughly equals 8. Then 4 minus 4 is 0. And then 3 minus 3 is 0. So that's the amount of voltage that we are using. For all of this, and by the way, these are not regular lamps. Those are 240 Grove lamps and regular 120 light bulbs. At roughly full brightness. And we could figure that out via a multimeter, because the magic is in our measuring and our consumption. This is 15 to 9, meaning there's 5 turns on the base and 19 on the output. And here it's a 19 to 3, so there's a 19 going into it, but there's only 3 going out of it. This means this leaves us with at least 2 extra we can work with before drawing from our main power.